my friends. Oh, I just had the worst nightmare I've ever had, and the most terrifying thing about it was real. I dreamed I was at a convention somewhere. Yes, that was it. And there were actors and writers everywhere in over 80 horror hosts, all in the same place at one time. It was truly terrifying to behold. Coming March 26th to 28th, Horror Hound Magazine presents the Horror Hound Weekend. Yes, it's going to be a spectacular event, and if you love horror at all, you should be there. It's going to be incredible. There's lots of guests for you too. There's Clive Barker, there's George Romero, the director of Night of the Living Dead, there's Elvira, there's Joe Bob Briggs, there's Tom Savini, the makeup artist, all in attendance at once. There's a Day of the Dead movie actor reunion. There's a slasher film actor reunion. Oh, there's just so many guests that they're even hard to count now. And more importantly, there'll be a tribute to the original horror host, Vampira. Yes, there'll be over 80 horror hosts in attendance, all there to pay homage, to pay tribute to this icon of the horror industry. It's amazing. It's exciting. It's Horror Hound Weekend, March 26th through the 28th. This is Gunther Dedmund. I hope to see you there. Yes, good evening and welcome to the basement sublet of horror. I, your host Gunther Dedmund, am in the elevator right now, heading down to the convention floor. It looks like we have a guest arriving. Let's see. Hi.
Hi. Y'all going down one?
Yeah. I'll discontinue. So tonight, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
So we're going to go off to the movie now, and I'll join you on the convention floor. Thank you. You need footage of Gunther stealing towels. So, Gunther Dedmund here, back with you again, and yes, still heading down to the convention. We are quite a ways away from the actual convention floor. We have not found it yet. We are on an excursion. We've taken 2 wrong turns already, but I hope to be there soon. So we really have taken the long way around, and we're still looking for the actual convention. So far we've found 2 other conventions. There's a cheerleading convention here. That was rather fun. And veterans, we're here, and still haven't found the horror convention yet, but I'm working on it. Just stay with me. I've been told that we're actually on the right path at last, so just got directions and we're going to find it any minute now. I promise. We'll be there any moment. I mean, it could take all day. I have a terrible sense of direction. As you've watched the show, you know I have no sense of time or direction. Here we go. Look, a good sign. People coming from something. An event, I think, yes. Gunther Dedmund here, and the situation has turned grave, as you can see. Still have no idea what the convention is. I'm totally lost. I've been through 3 or 4 lobbies now, and I have no idea, but I think I see some goth-type people over that way, so we're going to head over there now. Stay with me. Oh, yes, my friends. Well, as you might know, if you have been to a convention, it's quite exhausting. So, we're going to take a nap, and you go back to the movie. All right? Okay, I'll catch you in a few moments. So how are you? Would you mind being on my show for a moment? Ah, well, so how's it going for you so far at this convention?
It's going great.
Yes. Wonderful costume. Wonderful costume.
Thank you.
Oh, well. Thank you. As you can see, we're on the right track. Demons. Always a good sign. Always a good sign. Stay with me. Stay with... Oh, sorry. I need to be on the mic, don't I? Oh, well. 2 things at once. It's a good thing I'm not chewing gum as well. I'd be falling down right in front of you. We're now observing the line of the dead. Yes, this is the line of people lined up to meet George Romero. So, line of the dead. Oh, well, not a very good pun, but there you go. Oh, hello, my friends, from the basement sublet of horror. I am Gunther Dedmund, and I'd like to tell you about something that's really exciting that's coming up in March. It's the Horror Hound Weekend. Yes, Horror Hound magazine is sponsoring a great convention that has all kinds of guests, and as a matter of fact, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. There's George Romero, there's Clive Barker, there's Elvira, there's Joe Bob Briggs, there's Tom Savini, all in one place at one time, plus a slasher reunion, plus the most important thing, as far as I'm concerned anyway, is the Vampira tribute. Yes, a tribute to the original horror host, Vampira. They'll have over 80 horror hosts in attendance, and a few other ones that you might expect. So anyway, it'll be the Horror Hound Weekend this March in Indianapolis from the 26th to the 28th. I hope to see you there. At last, 2 or 3 days late, I imagine, we finally found it. We're finally here at the convention. That was quite an adventure. How long were we lost? We lost for over a day, weren't we? This is a big hotel. Well, anyway, come on, let's go in. Hello. Gunther Dedmund, I'm with you now on the convention floor. It's still quite crowded today. I understand it was much more crowded yesterday. We're navigating our way through, looking for the horror host alley. A lot of cool people here. Hi.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
And you are?
My name's Joe.
And this is your booth here?
Yes, it is.
Ah, do you have any autograph photos too? I see.
I do.
I'm coming back. Autographs. My thing. Cool. When we finish this up. Thank you. We're on the convention floor now, and we're right in the middle of the guest area. Over to my right here, your left, I don't know if you can see him, George Romero's over there. We're just going to go take a walk to the convention and just stay with me. Ken Foree, Dawn of the Dead, right there. Cool. Looks like we missed Pinhead though, didn't we? Gunther Dedmund here at last. We're at Horror Host Alley at the Horror Hound Convention, and we're going to wander around and see if we can find any hosts to talk to. And we finally made it here at last, and I'm just going to walk around and visit a bit, so stay with me, or watch the movie. I'll watch the movie, that's a good idea. We haven't been back to the movie for a while, so you go back to the movie, Lady Frankenstein.
Oh, we are.
As you know, on conventions, there are many celebrities, and while it seems that none of the celebrities want me to interview them, and they won't allow me to put them on camera, I have found one that's willing to talk to us. So come over here. Here we are with the Bride of Frankenstein. So, how is the convention going for you? Well, as you see, that we've still having a few problems with getting celebrities to talk to us, but let's keep trying here. So. Oh, yes. Here we are. Now we're in Mask Fest. Another part of the convention is the Mask Fest, which is a festival of, well, masks. So, and we have another celebrity guest for us to talk to, and we'll just try another interview here again. Hello, sir. How are you today? Things are going well, don't you think? Well, we'll try to find somebody to talk to, but let's go explore Mask Fest. Let's go.
Hello. For all you attention Kmart shoppers, anybody that was in the tribute for David Lady, someone lost their cell phone. Check your cell phones. If you're missing it, I will put it up at the check-in. I will. What?
Well, we'll have to, can I put you on cameras, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just told me that I'm Albert Einstein. Is that true?
Nah, maybe.
You believe me to be Albert Einstein, correct?
Yeah, because of your hair.
Ah, because of the hair. Well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But as I've been told by my cameraman, it's all about, what was it again? It's all relative. That's right, it's all the relative. So maybe I'm a relative of Albert Einstein. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
It's relativity, yes. Thank you very much.
So many guys out. You didn't see it? This was a trick that we
Good thing I'm not wearing a mask. Masks, well.
Just completely float out of the water. Dedmund. We're taking off. It was very nice to finally meet you.
Yeah.
So take care.
Very well. Fine grip you have.
You have a lovely pallor, I have to say.
Yeah.
Very unhealthy. Very unhealthy.
Run, Ray, Robin, Peter, and Little Wrist.
I thought I was late today, so I just used the hairspray.
Oh, you use hairspray. I just thought it was grave dirt that sort of dried up in there.
Grave dirt,
So,
yes. That's what it was, grave
And they
dirt.
make it out of the same stuff.
Nice to meet you.
Well, do you want to try and round him up like now? Or do you want to go?
Oh, I'm on. Sorry, well. One moment.
Is it alright to videotape your stuff? Okay.
Yes, Gunther Dedmund here with one of my favorite masks of the mask list here. I think these are quite interesting here. Here, take a look. It's really cool stuff. I really like. This is one of my favorites. I love the eyeball thing here. As I was just saying, I'd love to see the movie that these are from.
Thank you.
There's Kristen. If you...
We were just looking at your masks here. I think they're wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
I think these are probably my favorites of the entire show, just because they're so different. You know, they're really unique, and I really like the concept of stuff crawling all over people like this. Oh, well, anyway. Oh, Gunther Dedmund, I'm from Lawrence, Kansas, from the basement sublet of horror. So, thank you. Yes, this is the Universal Monster Army collection here. They've got quite a display of some really great horror toys. I was just taking a look over here. So, a whole collection of Creature from the Black Lagoon and Phantom of the Opera, and over here we have Frankenstein and the Wolfman. A lot of cool stuff that I wish I had in my collection. Maybe they'll let me borrow them to use them on my show, where they'll become trapped in the basement forever. Ah, here we have Famous Monsters of Filmland #1. It's the original inspiration for me and my show, well, besides the host and Rodney. And actually, I own this one too as well. This is one of my favorite issues. It's kind of surprising to have both of these out at once. What a coincidence. Ah, yes. Just here with some kids to interview. Hello, kids. How are you doing? Are you having fun at the show? Well, well, not all children are energetic and lifelike and or even real. I prefer the unreal kind myself.
And you guys got a 1 and 25 or 2 for 40? It comes with the autograph. So Carol, is your hand with
Spend a lot of time in Lawrence because my uncle lived there. And my uncle and my aunt. My uncle was a professor of music at
Really?
KU, right? No,
Yeah, KU.
KU, yeah, his state was in Manhattan. That's when I was a little kid, so a long time ago.
My older brother interviewed you from the Manhattan Mercury probably, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago. But you were born in Manhattan?
I was born in Manhattan, yeah. Okay. And then I lived in Manhattan until I was 7, and then moved to Colorado.
Oh.
That's a good look. It's very kind of Andy Warhol meets Bela Lugosi. The illegitimate child of Andy Warhol and Bela Lugosi.
From Wichita, so the Host and Rodney was the show that I grew up watching on it. I don't know if you ever saw that when you were a kid.
No, but I've heard of it. That's funny. Who's this to?
To Gunther, I guess. So, not Gunther, I guess, but just Gunther.
Yeah, Gunther, I guess. Gunther?
Yes.
So when you sign, you can have one. Okay.
I'm just going to get horror hosts. I'm so glad, like, there's so many of them now again. For a while, they just disappeared, you know?
Yeah. There were just 83 of them in there.
Good
all
God,
grouped up.
That's so great. They're spawning.
Thank you.
Do you mind?
Not at all. Not at all.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the basement sublet of horror. I'm here in Indianapolis at the Horror Hound Convention. We're having a really good time, and we're just getting ready for the vampire tribute. So come on with me. Go down the hall with me.
Leave me hanging, everybody. Whoa! Why do I get attacked by
I'm just sad that he didn't have anybody with his camera to do the gauntlet of all the turn your back on it. Take your time, just want to get through. I want to yes.
Very glad to see you. Yes. Ooh, that sounds good.
Do you know if they want you guys in any particular order?
Horror house, I thought this was the line to the water closet. Well done.
Say hello.
Is this 2D or 3D?
Vampire tribute.
Monahan, sir, if you will kind of be our leader on this side. Okay, folks, those of you who have candles in your hands, you're going to be among the people in the front of the two lines, okay? If you have a co-host with you or something that doesn't have a candle, they're still with you, okay?
everybody. You're honored to be here with Dr. Shocker. Sorry, Dr. Shocker is honored to be here with you. That's what I was supposed to say. But the fact is, I am overjoyed to be here with all of you today, to bring you all together to pay tribute to the mother of every horror host who ever lived or died, the great vampire. Nellie and Nermy went into this job, perhaps like many of you here, reluctantly. One day you like monster movies, the next you're dressed up like this. And your parents just think, I sent him to college? I don't understand. But Nellie and Nermy went reluctantly into this field. She did not see herself being vampire, and in fact, resented it for a portion of her life. She hung out with such diverse Hollywood icons as James Dean and Ed Wood. Yet she herself has become an icon as enduring as both of them. Isn't that true? Absolutely. Amen to that. Our hosts, look at you. It's unbelievable. There's so many different kinds of horror hosts. There's witches and werewolves. Movie fans, big puppet-headed frog people. Talk about the crappy seats. Who's sitting behind that guy? And not one of you goes to work. Not one of you writes your shows. Not one of you films your shows and bicycles your shows around the country. Not one of you does it for money. You all do it because you love what we love and what Vampira grew to love. The wonderful monster movies that have thrilled and entertained us over so many, many years. So I would like to bring up the first of our two wonderful hosts who are going to speak about the great vampire. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you your fellow hosts, Dr. Goldfinger and Miss Monster.
It's absolutely incredible to be here. Pay tribute to our foremother, if you will, hosting. Wow. Vampira brought sexy and sultry and sassy to the horror genre. And in doing that, she made horror and hosting so much more accessible to thousands of American households. Mama once said something that stuck with me. She said, I like to shop because there's truth in it, and I'm after truth. A moment of truth, a split second of truth, is better than none at all. And I think that moment of truth is what brings us to horror, the large part of it anyway. What brought us all here today. And as Dr. Shocker was saying, I mean, seriously, we have werewolves, we have vamps, we have cadavers, how many doctors do we have in the house today?
Woo!
Doctor in the house! And one thing is for certain, that we definitely are not in the horror business to get rich. We're in it like Vampira or the Screams. And may we always remember that although Vampira is no longer with us in the flesh, she will always be but a scream away. And I can think of none better to continue this tribute of screaming than Dr. Coolfinger, a man I like to call the walking encyclopedia of movie magic.
As so many people here have touched on already, as we gather here to celebrate Vampira, it is important to recall that she was just a single facet in a strange, storied life. Mila Nerney was an artist. The tides of her soul were influenced less by the dark star of Karloff than the bright bohemian moon of Kerouac. She danced bop to the bongos of James Dean, vibrated to the slamming rhythms of punk, absorbed the ideas of Kafka and the images of Eric, and she created her own work in pen, pencil, ink, paint, and dog hair. And Vampira was her lasting masterpiece of design. Think about this. For decades, the only people who heard the voice of Vampira lived in Los Angeles in 1954. The rest of us discovered a mute wraith in Plan 9 from Outer Space, or a dramatic figure captured but never tamed in photographs and books and horror magazines. We worshipped a silent goddess, moved to flights of imagination by the stark lines, curving shadows, and sheer seductive power of an image. We remember Vampira because she is impossible to forget. But as we remember, please take time to celebrate the artist who created her, who gave birth in her mind, through her eye and hand, and sculpted her from the tough clay of her own body. Remember Mila Nerney. Thank you.
To continue our tribute of Scream, I'd like to welcome Joe Bob Briggs and the Bone Jangler.
Good afternoon, everybody. Coming. Joe Bob, it's an honor to be up here with you today for this special tribute.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I thought I wanted to make 3 points about Vampira that are rarely made, and the many things that have been written about her. She's probably the most famous person whose career rests on the approximately 2.5 minutes of footage that we can see of her original show. But she was, the first point I want to make is that, does anyone know her real name? Of course not, because no one can pronounce it. Mila Nerney was from Finland, and she was not only from Finland, she was from the part of Finland that is so far north that there are hardly any people there. And in World War II, Russia took it away from Finland because Finland basically didn't care. And so the biggest city there is Murmansk, and it's so cold that everyone leaves. So the first point I want to make is that you got to be tough to be a horror host. And she is not only the first woman horror host, but the first Finnish horror host, and the last. The other point I want to make is that every horror host needs a producer. And Mila Nerney was discovered by a producer at Channel 7 in Los Angeles, and he had the foresight to put her style, help create her style, and to put it together with a package of movies. And to this day, that formula of creating a style that goes with horror movies, and usually involving comedy, and usually involving outlandish, caricaturish performances of some sort, that style exists to the present. But we still need a producer, and we always need a producer. The other point I want to make is that the real importance of Vampira was that it showed to other people that movies, and especially movies that were forgotten by Hollywood, and were considered trash. The movies that were shown on Vampira's show were considered unplayable, unusable. They had run back in the 30s, and they were never going to be used again. They were put in a group of films that they got temporary rights to run on the air, and the formula worked. And the studios, for the first time, took notice that maybe television could be their friend and not their enemy. And so as a result, Columbia Pictures converted its company Screen Gems into the first syndication company. And the reason it was called Screen Gems is they didn't want the name Columbia on anything associated with TV. But at Screen Gems, they put together the first big horror package in 1955. And that horror package of movies, there were 52 movies, one for every week of the year, and a local TV station could buy those movies at a really bargain price. And those movies were bought by every station in the country. Every station in the country then got a horror host. The original model for that was John Zachary in New Jersey and New York. And then it played out in an endless variety of personalities all across the country as they ran these same Universal horror films and other horror films. And that is the basis of what we have today in this wonderful, variegated world of horror hosts with, actually, we run the same movies over and over and over again, don't we? And so Vampire made all that happen. Thank you very much.
Well, now to the tribute moving along, Joe, I think we should bring up our next host.
Absolutely.
All right, let's bring up the lovely Penny Dreadful from the Shilling Shockers program, which is a fine program, and Outdoor Duvall.
Now, Tyra was a legendary figure, wasn't she?
Absolutely.
I've long admired Vampire, and perhaps even more importantly, I also greatly admired her alter ego, Myla Nerman. She was an artist, a creative force, an icon, and an independent woman who was fearless in her convictions and in her thinking. So while Vampire is surely the black cloth from which we are all cut, the memory of Myla Nerman, the artist, and the woman should also embolden us to shed the shackles of mainstream society's constraints and strive for ever greater heights of creative expression. So today, let us all drink a Vampire cocktail in honor of the great lady herself, Miss Myla Nerman.
She has created a legacy upon which we all build our lives, our careers. And that legacy can be carried on by all of us. We each can create our own legacy built upon her, and she did it with talent, persistence, and professionalism, and a curiosity about the world around her. So let us embrace those qualities that she lived and gave us an example for, and let us carry forward so that the horror host will never die. Although some of us are pretty dead already.
At least good proving.
Oh, thank you. Right now, let us continue, though. I would like to bring back on stage Dr. Shock.
We're very excited now. I'm going to remove this because we've got so many exciting things going on. We're very excited now to bring, we have a very special treat coming to us, I would say live, but it's really dead, from Australia. We have Nigel Honeyboom. Nigel Honeyboom. Nigel, are you there? Nigel, come in. Come in, Nigel. We're here.
Hello, good evening and welcome, fellow horror hosts and guests. Have you seen my face? I can't seem to find it anywhere. Anyway, I'm Nigel Honeybone and I host the Schlocky Horror Picture Show screened throughout Australia and New Zealand. When they asked me a couple of minutes ago to say something nice about my old friend Vampire, I was delighted to charge them my usual fee. They declined, so now I'm going to say what I bloody well want. To keep up a facade of being rude and tight-fisted, just to keep people on their toes, and off mine. I'm quite kind and gentle and occasionally generous with my time, but I do feel great talent, like what I've got, should not go unrewarded. But we were talking about the hourglass with eyes. And that's how it all started, and she's insulted me ever since. Decades later, when I was entrusted with hosting the Schlocky Horror Picture Show, I was delighted to have the opportunity to emulate Vampire, having studied under her, and behind her, and from a few other angles. She set the high standard to which we all aspire, but so few reach. I know I'm one of those few. Mother told me so. Horror hosts go, and as horror hosts go, Vampire will always be the one remembered forever. Valet Vampire, without you, the world is a little less creepy. Toodles.
You're probably all thinking the same thing. We put on the makeup, we build the sets, we write the scripts. That's a skeleton puppet! And you got more laughs than me. Well, thank you so much for coming. The future of horror is in your hands, and you all know that. We, every one of us, here today, need to continue this tradition started by Vampira nearly 7 decades ago. 7 decades is a long and honored history, and each and every one of you here now gets to carry the torch to the next group of horror hosts. I see children in the audience and I think, will one day one of these kids think, oh, you know, it'd be great? What if I just put on some makeup or a big frog head? And I'm not picking on you. By the way, you win. No matter what any of us have gone through, you win. So thank you very much. Before you go, we have one last treat. We have Master Ron Fitzgerald, who is going to work a little magic. And I think if we all believe that anything is possible, Master Ron Fitzgerald will make the impossible possible. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Fitzgerald.
All right. Are you ready? Yeah. Can you hear ya? Yeah. We're gonna do a little resurrection. Myra. Because I got a thing for hot girls in black. I know some of you do too. Oh, hell yeah. Let me hear it. When we resurrect Vampira, when you hear her scream, I want you to scream with her. Got me? Got you. Let's do a chest run. Let me hear you scream now. Come on. It's gotta be better than that. Let me hear you scream now. All right. And here's to our little world of gods and monsters.
so much for coming today and setting a little piece of history with us today. Just to let you know, in total, we have 83 horror hosts. 83 horror hosts. The closest we could find behind that was like 32, so we annihilated it. My name is Jason Hicknight. I'm with the Dark Carnival Film Festival. I just wanted to personally thank every horror host that's here. It was a chore in some cases because I know that you guys fought hard to get here. There are others that wanted to be here desperately but could not. I can say that Dr. Creep is feeling better. And all things willing, he will be joining us next year. I'm not a horror host. I don't play a horror host on TV. I am a fan. I am a fan. I love every one of you for different reasons. Where's Penny? Where's Penny? Anyway. But I do want to say one thing, if I may add my humble 2 cents. Vampire was on the air for a very, very short time. A very short time. But it was enough. It was enough. You were all here because it was enough. And thank God for that. Listen, thank you very much. You all have a great day. I need the horror hosts to please assemble on stage. Those of you who have cameras who want a great photo opportunity, you have all the horror hosts up here on stage. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the Horror Hound. Please, everybody, very quickly. I'm going to need the taller people. Frog, I'm looking at you, brother. I need you dead center, son of Froggy. Dead center in the back.
Dead Frog in the center.
Dead Frog. Listen, we got to think elementary school class pictures here, people. Taller people in the back, a row of the shortest people in the front, medium height people are going to be on the. I would like you behind Penny, please. Okay. Yeah, kneel down on a knee. Would you please take a knee, Wolfman? Yes, sir. He said, please take a knee. Ivan, please take a knee. Can I get you to take a knee right here between these two?
That's my knee.
There you go. Okay, let's get David Lady. Can we get you actually, Doctor? No, you're fine. You're fine, sir. Actually, a little tighter. A little tighter. Okay, now if you take one knee right here. A little more this way. There you go. Perfect. Okay.
While we're young, Jason.
This Rome is not built today.
My clothes are going out of style.
Clothes out of style. What you got here? Okay, this is what I need to happen. Okay, you guys freeze. Everybody else who's here, I need you out of the way because this is a wide shot. So we need all of you to kind of either sit down or something because we've got photographers that are going to be shooting us. Joe Vincent, there's a camera bag back there. Bring it here, please.
We are the. That's how long it's up on the stage. 99 bottles of beer. 99 bottles of beer.
Give me one. That's exactly what you were going for, I know.
We'd like to thank you on behalf of the group and also we have been
Hey, Jason, lens cap.
Thank you very much. Let's give everybody a round. Look at this. Look at this.
We pull the rest together.
Okay, everyone, please. We need to wrap up the pictures as quickly as possible. There's another event that's taking place in this room. Get my little picture, okay? Okay, folks. Okay, we need everybody clear the room, please.